we need to talk. Gorilla Tag content is at its lowest perks. You see, Gorilla Tag content now is just Subfarms. And content is actually no longer good. And normally in videos I would throw Doug, but this time I'm serious. Subfarming is the reason a ton of content creators want to quit. It's not fair how people can just go and say, if you like, subscribe, comment, and share, you will be out forever, even when you know deep down it's not true. Subfarms are basically just things that just want people to subscribe to them, which I did one, but if you watch to the end, you will see that I was clearly just kidding, and I'm gonna put it on screen right here. Alright, I'm getting desperate, so you just no clipped into the back room. So how long are you staying? If you scroll, that means you will be staying forever. If you comment, you'll be staying for 5 years, which is still a pretty long time. If you share, you will be staying for 1 year, which is still 365 days. If you like, you only have to stay for 6 months, which is still a lot of days. But if you subscribe, you only have to stay for 1 month, which isn't that long. And if you do all, you can just leave. You don't even have to come here. You just didn't know clip, okay? Okay, in all seriousness, no. Please do not subfarm. It's really not worth the subscribers. Just think about it. It's really bad. Just don't subfarm. And yes, that was the video. But if you saw at that very end, I said, this is just a joke. Please don't do it. I don't remember exactly what I said, but all I know is that I said it was bad. I'll just be going over with these guys why subfarming is so bad and why you shouldn't do it. Because also, if you think about it, you're not gaining subscribers because they like your content. You're gaining because, well, you simply just posted a video that pressures kids into subscribing. And they don't actually like your content. They just feel pressured into subscribing. Since I have 2 people, I'll be interviewing them here and seeing what they have to say about, well, subfarming. The easiest way to gain subscribers, but also the absolutely crappiest way to gain subscribers. So let's interview them. First, part Torin. This is Torin. Yes, overall he is on a PC, but that's not the point. He still has a mic, and so we're going to interview him and see what he thinks. I'm going to be asking him a couple questions about subfarming. He will be saying honest answers, and we'll just go from there. And then, yeah. And then we'll do voltage. So let's just get into this. Okay. So basically, Torn, my first question about subfarming to you is, like, what do you think we can do to stop subfarming?
Not subscribe to the people who subscribe to you when you're doing it.
Now, my second question is, by the way, there's only 3 questions. My second question is, why do you think people subfarm? Like, why do you think the main reason it was started was? Don't know. Now, genuinely, it literally says subfarms, but at the same time, the first person might have not used it for subfarms. They probably actually used it for, like, likes and stuff, but then slowly it probably gradually turned into subscribers. I'm not really sure. But let's get on to that last question. Now, for my last question, my most important question of all, what do you actually think of subfarming?
It's bad.
Any more? Just bad? Alright.
No more.
No more? Alright, no more subfarming. Let's get on to voltage. Let's get on to part voltage. This is Voltage, a 1-armed Gorilla Tag player, but still has a mic, so he can go through this interview. Now, let's get on to this. I will be asking Voltage a new set of questions, because, I don't want to just ask those again. What would you tell your friends if one of your friends started full-time subfarming?
I would tell them to like not do it because
Because
drivers and out.
personally, Voltage, would you ever subfarm?
Not really. It's basically less effort.
Fair. And now for my last question that I've been asking. What is your overview and what do you actually think about subfarming?
I think it,
Mango.
I think it's really bad. That's just saying that you don't really try that hard on your video at all.
Now that those interviews are over, I have to give my overview. Personally, what I think of subfarming is that it's not fair. You're not actually working for your subscribers. You're just blinking and gaining. They don't actually care what you have to offer. They just feel pressured. And it's just like making us create bigger creators that have like, or not, we might even not be that big. Like I only have 1,000. They're making us content creators want to quit because like we can't get nothing. We're not gaining because we did that. We're gaining because we put effort. So I don't know. All I have to say is please, for the love of God, stop subfarming. It's not fair to us creators that worked hard to earn our title in the Gorilla Tech community. Please don't subfarm. It also ruins your reputation. And yeah. Robo out. Subscribe.